Race 2 of the 2022 Catalunya rounds gets underway. Jonathan Rea with a fast jump. Alex Lowe's moving to mid-track. He's got Toprak Razgatlioglu on the outside of the track. Michael Ruben Rinaldi coming through. The next Ducati of Philip Ertl also with a good start from his best grid position of P6. He's fighting with Lowe's here. Razgatlioglu almost alongside Jonathan Rea, but had to back out of it. Rea is through for third position, and the perfect start for the Aruba IT Racing Ducati factory as their men sit 1 and 2. Rinaldi through from fifth on the grid is up to second. Bautista has scampered away and set to lead the opening lap, just as he has in the 2 previous races this weekend. The action is behind. Vierge, Lowe's tripping over Philip Ertl, who did hold fifth position, who might be about to lose it. Lowe's comes around the outside, Vierge down the inside. Redding is also in touch now in 8th place. Bassani and Locatelli rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, and look at the gap that's already opening between Rinaldi and Bautista. Bautista half a second clear already at this stage. For Jonathan Rea in third position, needs to clear Rinaldi quickly.
Big bold move from Axel Bassani going into turn 7 there on Philip Ertl, so he is through for 7th position, and Ertl's finding out just about the rough and tumble up at the front of the field, having qualified in 6th position courtesy of finishing in that same place in the Superpole race earlier on today. He's lost a couple of spots. That looks like Alex Lowe's. Looks like we caught a flash and a glimpse of Alex Lowe's, who appears to have gone down under heavy braking in towards turn 10.
Yeah, down into 10. We've seen plenty of crashes through there this weekend, and Lowe's the latest for that. Shame for him, it's been a good weekend up to this point. We saw Toprak Razgatlioglu in the number 1 plate get himself a little bit out of shape on the run into 10 as well, but he's doing a good job to hold on to the back, and that's Scott Redding.
A very big one for Scott Redding as well, coming through the final sector, the bike barrelling away at high speed, and Redding was up in 8th position at the time, but that looks like being race over for the number 45 BMW. Bautista 7/10 now clear of Michael Ruben Rinaldi, really building a sizable gap right from lap number 2, right from the word go. Rinaldi under severe pressure here, made a brilliant start. We have seen brilliant starts from that Ducati all weekend long, particularly in the hands of Bautista from the second row of the grid. But at this stage of the race, Rinaldi hasn't got the pace to hold it. He is going to manage to stand up Jonathan Rea after Rea makes the pass in towards turn 10, but it does look like a matter of time before Rea, and more than likely Razgatlioglu as well, are going to try and come through. Bassani in turn is closing down Razgatlioglu, and actually Axel Bassani looks pretty menacing here from P5. Second now is the gap for Alvaro Bautista. All of the action is behind him. Bassani through on Razgatlioglu for 4. Bassani will try and hug the curb now and see if Rea runs wide. Rea does run wide, not as wide as one of the other riders from that lead group. It's Andrea Locatelli tumbling into the gravel track from 7th position, and bad news for Locatelli and what's been a miserable weekend for him. Just 7 points on the board here in Barcelona.
Yeah, the reason we're seeing all these incidents, the track temperature a lot hotter than it's been all the way through this weekend so far. That's taken the grip down. It's also changing the pace of the race. Bautista out in front about a half a second a lap slower than he was this time yesterday.
It is Axel Bassani who gets through now on Jonathan Rea for 3rd position. The race lead is with Bautista. Rea tries to muscle across the path of Axel Bassani. Bassani's already 3/4 of a bike length ahead of him. That was defending against nothing there for Rea, certainly trying to show that he's still the man, but Bassani is the man with track positions. It's difficult to make a pass through 4 or 5. Toprak is now right with Rea and set a new personal best lap last time around, a 1 minute 42.622. Here goes Bassani. Decides if he can't get it done in any of the conventional places, it's going to be a block pass into the slowest corner on the circuit, turn 5. We're now heading towards the chicane, single file through there. Bassani with move made for P2. Jonathan Rea comes down the inside of Michael Ruben Rinaldi. He's had 2 goes already. Rinaldi's come back through on each occasion. Not this time. Rea's got it done through turn 10. And now it's difficult to make a recovery for Rinaldi through 13 and 14. It's going to be about the top end strength down the start-finish straight of over a kilometre here at the Catalunya circuit. It is the longest start-finish straight on the calendar. Rinaldi will need to capitalise on it to get back through on Rea. Otherwise, he may well drop to 5th position here with Razgatlioglu hooking it up nicely. Coming off Catalunya corner at the end of the 9th lap. Bautista leads by 4.5 seconds. There's nothing to separate the 3 riders though directly behind him. Bassani holds the advantage. Rinaldi straight back through on Rea. That's going to be extreme frustration for the number 65. Rinaldi has got something on Bassani. He's come through into turn 10. Bassani almost wipes him out, coming through the exit of that 10th turn and through the right-hander at 11 and 12 now. Rinaldi tries to recover back through. Bassani defends position. We know how well Bassani can do that. Jonathan Rea in particular knows how well Bassani can do that. He does not have the pace to withstand the factory Ducati of Michael Ruben Rinaldi, who's 3 for second, and Jonathan Rea over ambitious into braking for turn 1. And on lap 11, 2 position changes. Rinaldi 3 for second on Bassani, and Rea, who's been trying lap after lap to get through on the number 21 Ducati, now has 2 riders between himself and Rinaldi. Axel Bassani in third, and Toprak Razgatlioglu capitalises on that error for Rea, is released up into P4.
Yeah, and for Rea, just easy to run in a bit too deep into turn 1. We've seen it a lot through the course this weekend, but he didn't lose too much ground, lost that 1 spot to Toprak.
Alvaro Bautista 6.1 seconds now up ahead of Michael Ruben Rinaldi. Did you forget he was in the race? He is still there, looking good to pick up 25 championship points. It will open up his gap to 62 points, and that is an important figure, because it's more than Jonathan Rea recovered on him. It's bigger than Bautista's lead ever was 3 years ago in 2019. Bassani is now holding back Toprak Razgatlioglu, but not for much longer. Bassani runs wide and Razgatlioglu is released into third place. First real error we've seen from Bassani in race 2, and you have got to start to wonder if Bassani is struggling in the same way that he did in the second half of race 1. Bassani might be able to claim his revenge here into turn 1 at the start of lap 14. Here he comes off the Catalunya corner to pull back alongside Razgatlioglu. Jonathan Rea is going to try and capitalise. Mistake from Rea previously into turn 1 left him down in 5th position. They're going to go either side of Bassani, and Rea goes from 5th to 3rd, but he's overcooked it once again into turn 1. He just about gathers it up in the path of Toprak Razgatlioglu. Toprak is off the racing line and has to slot in behind Jonathan Rea. Jonathan Rea behind Axel Bassani, so it must be a mistake from Jonathan Rea. He has dropped from 3rd down to 5th. And he's going to try the outside now of Bassani in towards turn 10 and look for the cutback. Bad news for Jonathan Rea.
Into 7, up to the hill towards turn 8, making that mistake. It's difficult to get the bike stopped when you're on that lean angle and trying to push as hard as possible to close on Rinaldi. But a mistake for Rea all the same, and the gap now 2 seconds to Razgatlioglu with 3.5 laps to go. You're not going to make up that time.
With only 4 rounds to go and circuits that the Ducati and Bautista certainly favour.
Yeah, and for Bautista, it's one hand on the championship right now, 4 rounds to go, and tracks that are going to suit that bike. Whether Portimao will suit it fully, because everyone else is going to be pretty strong there as well, but certainly when we get to the flyaway rounds, it's going to be very difficult to see past Bautista.
Jonathan Rea then still closing down Razgatlioglu, but he's not going to get there on time, and his earlier error will cost him 3 championship points. But a perfect weekend for Alvaro Bautista. His first hat-trick in 3 years. Aragon 2019 and 2022 at the Catalunya round. Alvaro Bautista puts one hand on the trophy. 59 points now, his series lead over Toprak Razgatlioglu, who takes his first podium of the weekend after what's been a tough round as far as Pata Yamaha are concerned.